This video will wow you. Today we'll determine the course of Ripple. We will learn whether Ripple will prevail in its judicial struggle against the SEC. Everything points to the need of getting ready for a significant rise in XRP's price. In a few hours, experts estimate XRP might hit $352. Take advantage of this chance. Let's get right in without much delay. Note, disclaimer. After over 4.5 years of courtroom fights, regulatory ambiguity, and market hesitancy, the Ripple against SEC lawsuit might at last be nearing its finish. June 16th is the day the XRP community calls Judgment Day, hence all eyes are on that date. The result might decide not just the destiny of Ripple, but also the fate of one of the most underlined and discussed digital assets in the crypto sector. There is cause for the buzz about this date. Ripple and the SEC filed a combined application to the court in early May, aimed at lowering Ripple's $125 million penalty to $50 million, and more importantly, thus releasing the injunction that has stopped Ripple from selling XRP to institutional customers. Judge Analisa Torres turned down the motion nonetheless, not because the reasons lacked validity, but rather because the parties disregarded correct protocol. They showed no extraordinary circumstances under Rule 60 or invoked the proper federal regulation. Stuart Alderodi, Ripple's chief legal officer, stressed soon after that the denial was procedural rather than substantive. There are no previous wins reversed by this. XRP's situation is still the same, he reassured nervous holders. Instead of retreating, Ripple and the SEC rallied and resubmitted the motion on June 12th. This time, addressing the judge's worries, they once more appealed for a partial refund and a removal of the institutional sales ban. From the whole penalty, $75 million came back to Ripple. Many legal professionals view this well-timed action as an attempt to settle the matter before the SEC has to submit its status update to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit on June 16th. That report will show whether the two sides intend to carry on their legal struggle, have settled, or ask more time. Previously foretelling the motion's refiling, attorney Fred Rispoli pointed out that should the court approve the fresh request before June 16th, the Second Circuit is most likely to give a 60-day extension for settlement negotiations instead than resume full appeal processes. This could open the path for both sides to at last drop their appeals and end the matter once and forever. Anticipation in the XRP community is getting rather hot. Prominent voices are ringing the warning in hopeful notes. After 4 years of legal struggle, June 16th could at last release XRP, posted XRP update. Crypto Sensei reflected that feeling tweeting, attorney Bill Morgan hinted at a significant SEC development against Ripple coming on June 16th. For XRP traders like Maxi, who already project gains, big swings could be ahead. XRP top is not yet in place. The SEC decided that this isn't security. XRP holders are going to get really rich. One cannot stress the value of this possible option. Ripple has battled years to clean its name and provide XRP the regulatory clarity required for growth. A positive result will confirm what Judge Torres already decided in 2023. XRP is not a security in secondary market transactions and eliminate the final main legal obstacle hovering over the project. This goes beyond one token, though. The struggle of Ripple now represents the larger conflict between crypto innovation and governmental expansion. In addition to boosting XRP, a definitive settlement would let the rest of the sector know that legal clarity is achievable and that SEC enforcement methods are not above dispute. Now, as June 16th approaches, the crypto community waits. Should the court approve the request? Should the appeals be withdrawn? Should the litigation actually be dropped? XRP may at last be released, and markets would react quickly. Token could be relisted in exchanges. Institutional investors could knock, and the XRP army, loyal and battle-tested, may at last feel vindicated. And something much more combustible is developing under the surface while the legal fight draws to an end. Action in price terms. The professionals are not only hopeful, they're sure. XRP, they think, is about to blow, and not in little steps. We are discussing parabolic movements, the kind that may make even experienced investors mute. Their anticipated prices? Unrealistic to some, but supported by great conviction. The community is therefore bursting with optimistic energy. Steph tweets XRP Golden Cross. Referring to a technical indicator that traditionally shows a significant rally, this is your passport to fortune. Dennis Chorizo also reflects the same hope by aggressively speculating XRP to $30 by September. With legal clarity at last, within grasp, and adoption accelerating, $30 is not only doable, but also reasonable. Still, it's only the beginning. XRP Dragon raised the ante, referencing a crypto researcher that projects XRP to climb to $352. Jack the Rippler then carried it to another level completely. Just a little reminder, you are the lucky one carrying XRP, the next Bitcoin. XRP at $10,000. Now one could argue whether XRP achieves those super high marks. One thing is unquestionably true, though. Investor enthusiasm is rising quickly. The count of wallets containing 1,000 to 5,000 XRP increased by more than 6,700 from late April till the May. Wallet containing 5,000 to 10,000 XRP grew by more than 2,300 meantime. That's a strong indication that ordinary investors are silently piling their bags to position themselves for what they think is unavoidable, a breakout. And long-term projections show an interesting picture if you're wondering just how far your interests could go. XRP might hit $25 by 2025, ChatGPT says, transforming a 10,000 XRP portfolio into $250,000 grok. With a more optimistic $50 aim, AI might provide that same portfolio worth of $500,000. Then there's Telegon, whose projection comes out at $285, which would transform 10 million XRP into an astounding $2,800,000. Let's face it, these figures are fiction. Crypto is known for its volatility. XRP is unique right now, though, in that it is not merely price speculation fueling this wave. Adoption, regulatory clarity, and a developing ecosystem taken together define it. Real-world utility like cross-border payments already make use of XRP, and institutional interest could shortly follow as the dispute draws to an end. From a psychological sense, XRP is still one of the few assets that feels like an early access point, not unlike how Bitcoin felt in the early 2 millennia. As Jack the Rippler observed, this might very likely be the next Bitcoin moment. Now it's time